right, hey, welcome to another episode of Music and Madness with Tom and John here from the High Note Studio here in the Villages. Tonight is no different than any other night here in the Villages except for the mayor of Brownwood.
We got the mayor.
Damon Morton. If you haven't been to Brownwood and you haven't met the mayor, you need to do that.
Absolutely.
Come on by.
Absolutely.
Damon, why don't you tell us why you're the mayor of Brownwood? Let's just start right there.
You know, I've had that question asked a couple of times, and the most recent was a gentleman. It's a show. I'm not sure if you guys have heard it. It's a little show called,
Impractical
Jokers.
Got it. Big fan.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
Great show.
One of the guys in that group was in the restaurant Easter last year, that Saturday before Easter. His mom, dad, and family live here, and other guests in the restaurant wanted to meet him. And I said, well, who is he? And they said, oh, my God, that's Q. You know, that's Q. I'm like, okay. So I said, let the man eat first, and then let me go talk to him. Because I already been to his table. I just wasn't familiar with who he was. And so he was coming out of the restaurant, watching this. I said, listen, by the way, I have some people want to meet you. Who are you? And he said, I'm Q. I said, okay, Q. Again, who are you? And he said, it's a show called Impractical Jokers. I said, oh, I think I've heard. My kids have watched that show. And so he said, well, who are you? I said, well, I'm the mayor of Brownwood. He said, what does that get you? I said, every restaurant in the square takes amazing care of me. I never have a tab. And he said, really? So he meets these people, takes pictures, does autographs. The next day is Easter Sunday. I'm working the floor, talking to the guests. The host came and said, there's a gentleman up front that wants to see you. And it was Q. And so I go up there and said, what's up? He said, how late are you working? I want to hang out with the mayor of Brownwood. And I said, I'll be out here about 7:30. So he hung out in the square until then. I went out there, met up with him. We went over to World of Beer first because some of the staff wanted to meet him. Went to Harvest, went to Bluefin, went to City. And all these different people are walking up to us trying to meet him. He says, no, don't take my picture. You need to get the mayor of Brownwood.
That's right.
He said, I've never drank so much for free.
Said you could be a real mayor.
Yeah,
It's the truth.
it was
It's the
amazing.
truth.
But the ultimate part of that was when he asked me about it, I said, it's so humbling being in the villages and simply being nice to people. Effortlessly being
That
nice
you
to
are,
people.
yeah.
And people just gravitate
Yeah.
toward that because you can't find it a lot. A lot of times
Right.
people are just so staged and not real with it. And I think that was that's how I got that.
That drew us to Prima. My wife and I go there all the time.
Oh, for sure.
And we see you, and that's 4 years ago when I came down. I bought a house down here, but I wasn't living full time. I brought my mom and dad out, and I had been maybe there twice, and just he's so infectious, and I had a blast with them. And we came in, and my mom and dad, I said, damn, you've been here like 3 weeks. We've been on here 20 years, and we've never met a guy like this. And he came right over. Hey. I mean, it's just awesome. That's why people go to the restaurant.
I tell you what, I love another name that I get associated with when they say I'm the Richard Dawson of Prima. Because everybody gets a hug.
And a kiss.
Everybody get a kiss.
Really kiss?
Yeah.
Everybody get a hug. Everybody
Yeah.
get a kiss.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're good at what you do, definitely.
I enjoy it.
You can tell you do.
I work for a company that really, the Suleiman family, they give me so much free reign on what I do and how I do it.
Yeah. It's working.
Yeah, and they notice that.
It's working.
And I love the place I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I love the place I'm at right now.
Now, how long you been there?
I opened that restaurant January 16th of 2021. Myself, Dave Edelstein, George Suleiman, we walked in and started trying to make magic.
Yeah.
You know, fighting, throwing plates at each other.
Yeah. It's working. It's one of the one of the best restaurants that we go to.
We went there for lunch.
We did.
We did.
And now that we know the mayor, we got to get in this free shit.
Absolutely. Damon.
That's right. That's exactly right.
But they also recently purchased Palmer.
Right. So Arnold Palmer, great idea. amazing restaurant. I had never been there till after the purchase took place. Patio is huge.
It is.
Inside, gorgeous. We're doing just a few touch-ups on things, but the restaurant itself is amazing. We took Chef Matt, we had up at Anglers Club, to come down to Palmer, go through that menu. We kept some things that the guests really like, a lot of guest fan favorites, I guess they call it. Kept those on. He added so many different things. We lowered prices to make sure that, it's great food, but does it make sense?
Sure.
And we did that as well. George asked me what I wanted to do. I said, well, I need entertainment on this patio. The patio is huge, and so a lot of space. So the first week in April, I think it was April 5th, we finally added entertainment. That's there noon to 3 every Saturday and Sunday.
And that's covered too, is it?
Yeah.
So you're not out in the sun.
Not out in the sun.
Yeah.
You want to
brilliant.
dance, you want to sing, this and that. A lot of the artists we have at Prima, we also bring over there as well. I got a new group I found, the Grand Slam Band.
Really?
These guys is the 5-piece, and I tell you what, they let me sing with them too.
Perfect.
I love it.
You love him more now.
Oh yeah.
I'll tell you, the girl and the guy
Carmen.
that you have down there Saturday, she is like, the girl is phenomenal.
Carmen's amazing. Carmen is it's like I got a call. I was off work. My assistant, who at the time takes care of helping me get everything booked, getting the schedules done, she called me and said, "There's a girl who wants to come and do an audition." Because at that time I did auditions on Thursdays, so I can see what they sound like before we book them. Well, it just so happened my regular Saturday guy was in the hospital, and so I told her to come. We'll just wing it, see how she does. When she opened her mouth, I think I fell on the floor.
Yeah. She's awesome.
I could not believe the sound that came from her. And she does just amazing job. A full, nice 3-hour show that'll keep you. If you come around the corner, everybody's in the street.
That's the best part. You can
make a video.
Golf cart or you cart.
Yeah.
Everyone
You
is
can make a
outside.
video.
It is. It's awesome. I love it.
Especially when she does the line dance, electric slide, and all
But
that stuff.
Billy this weekend does the same thing.
Oh, Bill.
Oh my God, he does the same thing. Those people are walking by. I saw 2 girls, and they had just been to the Tommy Bahama, and they walked by. They're out there dancing. Next thing I know, they came around. They're on the dance floor with their Tommy Bahama bags. It was awesome. It was
fun.
awesome to watch.
Prima is a blast on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah,
It just is. I remember
Sunday brunch, yeah.
3 years ago, it was a Strawberry Fest weekend, and so typically we wouldn't have entertainment on Saturdays because the square has somebody singing. But I didn't cancel because I didn't know. Well, once Carmen started, they canceled their entertainment.
Hey, oh yeah,
Because everybody was
swarmed.
Came over there. It's just a lot of fun. Saturday and Sundays over there. You can catch Bill. You can catch Carmen. Dale still comes. Dale Stumbo. He was there when we bought the restaurant. You want to hear an acoustic guitar player? And Dale can sing. He's been in the Villages forever, but he comes and does a great show for us. And so he's there twice a month when I can get it. At least twice a month. But definitely worth coming by.
That's the problem when you have that good talent. It's, now people start seeing them and they start moving away, and
Other people. So like with Carmen, I loan her. I tell everybody you can have her any day except
yeah.
and Carmen and I we have such a great relationship. We really do. We have a lot of fun together. We talk a lot. We do private parties together.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. If you have a driveway party or whatever,
Sure.
let us know. But we have a lot of fun together. Bill, it was so funny. I had a lady inside. Bill was singing one day, and she said, "Gosh, this guy's amazing. Who is he?" And I said, "What's he singing?" She said, "He's the best country music." I said, "What color is he?" She said, "Black." I said, "His black country."
Yeah, Black
That's
Country.
His name.
Yeah.
And she just died laughing because that's his handle, Black Country.
He's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Because my mom and dad used to see him down at Glenview.
man.
Loved him.
He is good.
He is
You
good.
talking about another
Sings
fun show?
Everything.
Yeah, we got to get him on here.
I'd love to get him in
absolutely
here.
gotta Get him in here.
He
Yeah.
sounds, it's because I'm an old school country guy. So, the Hank Jr. and Senior and Conway Twitty. So when he was singing George Strait, I'm like, dude, you sound just like him.
He's unbelievable.
Yeah, I could not believe he sounds literally just like him.
My wife fell in love with him when he's singing Elvis. He sounds like freaking Elvis.
Yes, he does.
You know? I look up, I'm like, big black guy with a cowboy hat singing fucking
Singing
Elvis.
Elvis.
Like, huh? You know? But he is, man.
Just make
he is
sure
awesome.
whatever you do, don't call him Billy D. Williams.
Yeah, call him Bill.
Bill D.
Williams.
He says, I am not Billy D.
Yeah.
Now, how many other restaurants is in that group that you work for?
So we have Prima, of course.
Yep.
They also have Nancy Lopez, Havana, and we also just bought Anglers Club a couple years ago. It's
Yep.
right above Red Sauce.
Yep.
And that's what and Arnold Palmer.
Yep.
That's what we have right now. There's another branch of the family, Jack Suleiman. He owns Red Sauce, Mallory, and Glenview.
Really?
Yes. So that's another side of the family. And just so the Suleimans know, Jack said he will buy me a 2025 Escalade if I come over to his side of the family.
Nice.
So George, David, Joseph, step it up.
Say, what's above that?
Oh.
They got to outdo you. I mean, if they're going to stay in the game, right?
I don't know.
I don't
An
know.
Escalade,
I'm
yeah.
an old guy. I mean, he can almost give me a
Motor,
newer Pinto.
motor coach.
No.
A motor coach would be
Yeah.
nice.
That's it. Well, hell, the mayor's got to ride around something.
Yes.
That's
I
for
know.
damn sure.
I agree.
We got to get him the Pope Mobile.
That's
Just stand in the
Out of the
back,
way. Let's stand here and wave, everybody.
throw some candy out.
so. Most people that we have found being in the villages, they're transplants.
Mm-hmm. Are
you any different than that? You're certainly not a native Floridian, right?
No. So I was born in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Beautiful place. Weather's not the best because it gets cold. Most of my adult life, where we had the kids and stuff, was in Dallas, Texas. And that's where my kids and grandkids and what have you still live there. But the companies I worked for, I worked for Woolworth, which at the time owned Kenny's Shoe Store, Foot Locker, Champs.
Yeah.
I worked for them in high school, coming out of high school. They had me move around a lot. I broke sales records as a teenager.
I could see how that
Really?
could happen.
broke the records.
Absolutely,
I could
could
see
see how
that.
that happen.
It was fun, and they wanted me to do kind of more like a troubleshooting, to where they would send me somewhere. I lived in hotels for years, and they would send me here. There's an audit problem. There's a sales problem. There's a staff problem. We'll see what's going on, and so that's how I ended up working 42 malls before I finally got out of it. But that was my start. So I lived a little bit everywhere. So far, I would tell you though, Florida has been amazing. Out of all the states I've been to, the people here have been nice. I love the weather.
Yeah.
I don't mind heat.
Yeah.
I was surprised. My wife, I met her about 13 years ago in Fort Wayne. I got transferred back up there to take care of my grandmother. I took a transfer there and met her. And so when I got the offer to come to Florida, I didn't think she would leave. She loves it up there. And she said, let's go. And I'm so glad. Because I was going to go back to Texas. My grandmother subsequently passed away. I had 2 restaurants. I closed both of those up. So there was nothing tying me there. And so I told her, I think I'm going to go back to Texas. And she said, I'm not living anywhere but all those old girlfriends of yours. And blah, blah, blah. And I told her, I said, all my exes don't live in Texas.
That's right. That's right.
You better pick Antarctica or something.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so that's how we got here in 2016. That's how we got Bonefish Grill.
Yeah, Fort Wayne is just like any place, like where he's from, I'm from. They're all great places to be from. They're not great places to be anymore.
No, especially in the winter.
Yeah, Florida is. The people are. You're right. The people are amazing down here. It feels like you're on vacation every day.
Yeah.
And even if you're working, it still feels like you're on vacation.
Well,
every day.
also another advantage is I live where I can retire. I don't have to. I don't
right.
have to go back and
Move
forth
somewhere.
right now.
Yeah.
Only problem is like, where you go on vacation? Right here in Florida.
That's right. I don't leave.
You don't leave. Yeah, so we like it here. We really do. Everything's just. She found an amazing church she likes. We're actually about to move over to the Father's house over here in Leesburg. Great group of folks over there we'll be joining. Because she's also a singer.
Would you ever move to the Villages?
I don't know. And I have to see you guys all the time.
I know. That's funny. My buddy Dennis, the bartender down at Boniface, is the same thing. He says, man, I love working here. But he goes, I can't go out to dinner. You couldn't go out to dinner with your wife.
We don't.
No
because
way.
you can't talk to her because
We
that's
can't.
a dentist. They're jumping all over. And it would be like you.
We were at Lopez last month. My mother-in-law was in town for our daughter's birthday, and so we go out to eat all these different places. And my wife loves Lopez, so we were in there, and of course everybody's on the table. I'm talking to them, and I love it, And so got ready to leave, and there was a table with a gentleman and his wife, and I think they're 2 kids, maybe mid-20 kids. And we're getting ready to go, and the lady walks over. She said, excuse me. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, can I hug you? I said, sure. She said, everybody else has hugged you. I don't know who you are, but I want to get a hug too.
Love it.
And my mother-in-law, when she got ready to leave, she said, I don't know how I'm going to go out to eat and get no attention.
That's right. Well, that Lopez, the outdoor bar, that is awesome out there,
man.
the pool bar.
Pool bar.
So cool. And the food's phenomenal there.
Yes. You know what? Everything. So each place I've tried, when I first got with this company, their concepts and their food, I think because it's all fresh. We're not microwaving a bunch of stuff. And it's like every restaurant, the food is just really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like Havana. Havana has this awesome wings. Fried wings. I'm like, this is great. Meatloaf. Like, really?
I know.
Yeah, real meatloaf too.
Yeah.
Shit, it's
And you can't beat the prices. My buddies from Boston laugh
Yeah.
at me. I come down here and I'm like, oh yeah, Andrea and I go out to lunch and it's buy one get one hamburger and then it's buy one get one beer. I walk out there with $19 tab and I went home
drunk.
this weekend and dropped $191 in
Easily.
about an hour and a half.
God, go to Dallas. I mean, that's 2 people easily.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive.
It
to go out
is.
to eat.
Down here, it's crazy.
It's nuts. It's so affordable to eat and hang out and have a great time
It
in
is.
Florida. I didn't think that. I guess my perception of Florida, I thought being so touristy, it would be super expensive.
Sure.
Everything would.
Yeah.
Well, we all thought too. Oh man, how could you live through a summer down there? Hey, you only have to go through like 1 or 2 and go, this shit ain't nothing.
That's right.
All you got to do is remember how that snow shovel fit in your hand back up north. Is
exactly.
like, no, fuck that.
Miserable.
Yeah.
When I took the first, when I got the call, my grandmother wasn't doing well. I asked Dara to say, listen, I need to transfer up north. So get up there, and the first winter, I got the kids all the gear, the coats, the gloves, and the boots, and blah, blah, blah. I think my son was 6, 7. So my daughter would get ready for school first. She's in the shower. We're living in my grandmother's house, Got my son in the tub. My daughter comes back, and she says, Dad, Mama's television is broken. I'm like, what do you mean? What did you do to it? The television's been here for 100 years. It's one of the first color televisions made. What did you do to it? So I go up there. I'm looking at it. She said, half the screen is missing. And I'm looking at her. What are you talking about? And she said, Dad, there is one number for the temperature. The other half is gone. I said, because it's going to be cold as hell today.
That's right.
She had never seen a single digit temperature.
Yeah.
So she thought the left side of the screen was gone. And she said, and what is a wind chill factor?
Yeah.
I said, that means you're going to freeze your
That's
patukas
right.
off
That's
today.
right.
So true.
And I think the worst part for me that winter was when she asked to shovel snow. I was so happy and proud. But look at my baby wants to go shovel snow. I look out the window. And you know how you scoop the snow with the shovel? She's got to flip backwards and she's pushing. And I'm like,
It don't work.
the neighbors are going to think this is an honor roll kid. I'm like,
Right.
oh my God. So I'm grabbing my coat. I'm running outside. I said, Andy, what are you doing? She said, I'm shoveling the snow. I said, you got to go the other way. She said, Dad, if you do that, it's going to be heavy.
That's right.
I said, you know what? Carry on.
That's right.
right.
Carry on.
Smarter than you.
Smarter than me.
She'd have been smart enough to figure out you don't want to live there.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's not there. She's back in Texas.
Oh, really? Yeah. I went back to Boston this week, and it was miserable. It rained the whole time we were there. Couldn't get out of there quick enough.
I get sick. We go up there. It's like that cold and rainy.
Yeah.
I just might as well write pneumonia across my chest.
I know. Today it rained for the first time in probably 2 months. It
Yeah.
rained today, and it was
A
still,
real rain.
It was
Real
still
rain.
warm. It was still
Hot.
nice, you know.
My glasses fogged up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Well, that was because we had the fog machine on.
Yeah, we did.
It pretty much fogged all a while.
Everybody was fogged. Everybody was effed up, fogged up.
We were all ashy. We were all ashy.
So how many employees does that restaurant? Here's what I'm amazed about the restaurant group. You guys cross-train people to go to different locations.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, because running and owning a restaurant, as you are, I'm sure, well aware, staffing is the biggest issue.
Always.
And
Always.
And when you're slow, what do you do with the staff? They all got to eat too, and they got rent to pay and whatever. So by cross-training and putting at several restaurants, great idea.
Well, and then one of the things for us, so if you are a cook, you can saute. You will learn how to fry. You will learn how to make salads. Can you make a pizza? You know, where can we help you keep hours? 'Cause like you said, especially here, because so many people leave, it just slows down. We have been so fortunate, especially over at Prima, being on the square. It's like we're almost never really out of season.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm asked a lot, like, how do you have so much staff? Because we're always busy.
Yeah.
All year long. Not as busy as it is in season, but it's always busy.
Yeah.
Well, and you got the people now who are looking at, hey, it's not that busy. I'm gonna go in there because when
Yes.
it is busy, I'm not waiting in line. Whether you're packed in and now like, hey, there's room in there, and the next thing you know, you're full.
Full again.
Yeah.
And it depends on, like, for us, let it be a great band. Oh my gosh, I want to sit on the patio so I can hear
Relic.
the band.
Yeah.
absolutely.
absolutely.
Blonde Ambition.
Any
yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
I'm working the patio. I'm like, I'm standing outside
Yeah.
to talk to guests tonight. And so we're just fortunate, staff wise. I know part of it is because we really do take care of the staff. We work with issues
do.
you have. You need this day off. You can't come in today. We work with that. We also let them know we appreciate it. We have different incentives. We actually pay. We pay a company to do secret shopping. We don't know who they are.
Yeah.
We don't even know they came until we get the email.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, to see how we did.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah, to see how did we do. And so we pay them for that. You got a 95%. Here's $100.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
You can tell you treat them well because of I've been going there for 4 years. It's the same people. I go into listen, no one goes out more than my wife and I. And every other restaurant in there, the turnover. Mm-hmm. You see the same bartenders, the same waitresses, the same waiters, and they remember you, and they
appreciate it.
Oh, they do.
And they're happy to be there. I mean, that's the
100%.
attitude that you get.
100%.
That they are happy to be there, which is hard to get to.
It is, and that's one of the things. Of course, taking over Arnold Palmer, for example. A lot of those people have been there 12, 13, 15. One of the managers, he's been there 22 years.
Wow.
And so everybody gets a little nervous when there's this new.
Right. You got it. Yeah.
What's going on? Even when we got this from Charties before we turned it into Prima, we want everybody to stay. Everybody stay. Give us a minute. Trust me, you're going to like it.
That's right.
And you know the lay of the land. We don't want you to go anywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm so glad, especially right now over at Arnold Palmer, that team, absolutely amazing. I mean, just a bunch of nice folks. I told George and Dave, I said, they actually like each other.
Yeah.
They really do.
That's huge.
They like each
Yeah.
other. They go out together and celebrate birthdays together. And one of the young ladies just had a baby. They all got gifts and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
That's
just
nice when that happens.
It is.
Yeah.
It makes a difference. But I still say it starts up top.
Oh,
It
exactly.
starts up top.
You lead by example, and that's it.
100%.
Yeah. If you're an ass, your
Yeah,
employees are going to be
exactly.
asses
That's
too.
right.
No doubt about it. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100. Even with when I was with Bonefish, it was the same thing. It was amazing watching how receptive the team was to changes coming in. They're like, oh my God, I like coming to work.
Yeah.
But I had a managing partner over there. She's like, you know what? If you want to do it, roll with it. It sounds good. If you think it's going to, sounds great. And it made an environment and a culture, that was just, it's nice.
You don't
It's
get
just nice.
buy-in unless you buy in, and
Correct.
that just goes. Yeah, life is like that.
But
Oh, 100%.
That's with every job. I was a
Yeah.
miserable UPS driver, and there were guys that would come in. They were miserable every day, and I loved seeing my customers. I was
yeah.
like you. I loved going out there. I loved
How you doing?
Yeah.
How you doing?
But then you got the guys, schlep rock. Whereas that company, it's like, dude, if you just be nice to people and
Yep.
be friendly to people, they reciprocate.
It's like, did
Right.
they give you a direct deposit last week?
That's right.
That's right.
Exactly.
Did you get a paycheck?
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That should be an incentive
true.
enough.
That's
to
so
do
true.
right.
that is true.
But you go into a lot of these restaurants, not a lot of them, especially in the villages, a little outside the villages, and you get these people like throw the menus at you. What do you want? And I'm like, I can't believe you're in customer service. Like,
like you're inconveniencing them.
that's right.
Yes. Why are you at my table?
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's right,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have 10 tables, so now I have 11.
You want what? Well done.
What?
Extra crispy French fries. What the hell's the matter with you?
You better go to Burger King and have it your way right away. What are you
that's right.
talking about? You ain't doing that.
So true.
Put the tip on the table first. I'll tell you how much I'm going to take care of it.
That's right.
Yeah,
Let me see
but
what you're gonna do
It's
first.
every business. We flew home yesterday on JetBlue. Man, we had the steward was the guy was a riot. He was, he made the trip home fun. He was a friggin' riot.
Yes.
We were laughing our asses off, and he'd get on the thing and give us, but he was awesome. And I said, as soon as we got up, we were in the very front row, Andrea and I said, we got to write a review as soon as we got
Oh,
up.
yeah.
Like, this guy's phenomenal. Like,
But
he
you
is
know what?
unbelievable.
Don't you think it's kind of funny how great service stands out?
Oh, yeah.
It's funny because it doesn't happen so much. So when it happens, it's like, wow.
right.
We've all gotten used to shitty service.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
part of the problem.
That's my whole point. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well, because, which my wife, it angers her because even with crappy service, I got to give you 15, 20%.
Oh, always.
But she said, but her point is, which it's a valid point. She said, well, how will they know? I said,
that they suck.
I need to say that. I'm going to tell, not to them, because this is
Right.
not my forum.
That's right.
But I like that where you can go online to different restaurants.
I do
It's like,
too. I
you
love
know,
it.
I still upload a copy of the ticket. I still took care of this person. I'm not sure what happened.
Yeah.
What's going on? The food came out fine when I finally got it.
yeah, exactly.
But
yeah.
as long as those people are also writing positive reviews,
You got to
when
do
you
both
have-
of them.
I
Yeah.
love writing a great review for someone that I get home. and-
100%.
Yeah.
I got to ask you this, though. Who likes to write the negative response, you or Andrea?
Oh, Andrew is all over that. But Andrew is the very first one who will be like, yesterday I said, I got to write one. And she got home right away last
First
night.
thing.
Bing, bing, and wrote the guy.
I love it.
She loved
Yep.
it,
I love
when
it.
she gets good service, man, she's all over it,
That's
I'm
what I
more of
heard.
a negative guy.
That's what I heard.
Yeah. She doesn't get much good service from me. I can promise you that much. Believe me.
I read your review.
I'm about 1.5 stars.
She said, I'm tired of tipping for the same old shit.
Yeah. I'm a 0.05
That's right.
when it comes
All right,
to Andrea.
So, Damon, what do you do in your off time?
Well, let's see. Right now, I'm trying to find a company that I can do a sleep study and get paid for. I don't have off time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been nice. Years ago, I was a mortgage broker. Okay, I did about 18 years. Loved the mortgage side. And I remember telling my agents, the real estate agents I work with, I would never in my life do what you do. They would ask me why. I said, well, if somebody tells me they want 3-bedroom, 2-car, attached ranch style, and I show them 3 houses, and they're like, I still want to keep looking, I would be done.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's fast forward to the present life. I now do real estate.
Yep.
And so my
With
schedule,
all your free time.
all my free time, my whole Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It has been so much fun. I got licensed only because I referred so many people that were looking for homes to different agents I knew. And they said, if you had your license, we could at least give you a referral fee or something.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Let's try it. And so I went to the class. I realized that I am old as dirt. So studying wasn't, but took the class, passed. Took the state, failed. Went back, took it again, passed.
There you go.
And so I partnered up with a couple of my servers. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them work for a company called Down Home Realty. Right here in Wildwood, 466A in Powell Road area.
Yeah.
Our broker was one of the original agents here in the Villages when they first opened up. Partnered up with them, and it has been a blast. I have had so much fun. Even part-time, I ended up number 1 in our office in January.
No way.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Really?
Number
Absolutely.
1. But it's so funny. I always tell them, a horse that poops fast don't poop long. So I got it one time. I'm good.
How did you? So you work every day of the week, obviously.
I am 7 days a week. I'm doing.
Because I know
I'm
you
doing
were
something.
down there 13 or 14 hours today,
Yeah,
right?
I was down there. So again, the cool thing is with the Suleimans. When I said this is before I was really big in the real estate side. I'm like, listen, I'm old. I'm getting old. And I'm getting sore. I can't work. So I went down to 4-day work week over a year or so ago, about a year and a half ago.
Good.
And that, well, health-wise it worked because I have seizures. And so when I'm exhausted, they can exacerbate the seizures.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Really, had my worst one was, I think it was August of last year. I actually bit through my tongue, which I'd never done.
Cut it out.
I'd never done before. And I found it was just really kind of still hanging on. And one thing I found out, I didn't know, the tongue heals itself. It said no stitches. It said, I'm like, really? Yeah, just can't have anything solid. So I was off for a week. Came back, I still couldn't talk. So I kind of hung out in the kitchen directing traffic.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember
You remember that? You remember that? And I'll tell you something about people. Get back to answer the question, but something about people. I got off. Of course, I'm hungry because I eat, and so you're talking about trying to eat, drink liquids, and maybe pudding every now. I'm like, I need some food. I got off work when I first got back. It was the second day. I went outside to get in my car. In my front seat are probably 15, 20 Publix bags. Savannah went and found any and everything soft that she thought I may have been able to eat. Mac and cheese, tuna, canned tuna.
She's a doll, isn't she?
man,
Love her.
I stood there. Of course, I'm still in pain, and I could not stop crying. I'm like,
Yeah, she is a doll.
I could not believe she did that.
She loves you.
She's
Loves
my
you.
adopted daughter.
Yeah, she's
she
a doll.
calls me her black dad.
Listen, don't be having any seizures here because I don't know what to do. We'll roll you right out the door and pretend you never even
The
showed
one thing I
up.
don't want you to do is give me mouth to
I
mouth.
guess we'll be
Don't give me mouth.
we'll be fighting over that shit.
I'll give you something in the mouth, but it ain't gonna be mouth.
It's like when your buddy gets bitten in the butt by a snake.
Yeah.
And you call the doctor. The doctor said the only thing I do is got to suck the venom out.
Yeah,
And you tell
negative.
me, I guess you're gonna die.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna die, motherfucker.
Yeah,
You about to die.
We're rolling you out and erasing the tape today. Never saw him. He never showed up for the podcast.
That's exactly right. Damon, who?
Yeah, never heard of him.
That idiot,
Mayor of what?
He
Never
thought
heard
he
of
was
him.
the mayor. He'd be so drunk.
Yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that.
and
It's
it's,
unbelievable.
it
So
was-
it's when you
If I
get
get
exhausted.
too tired,
Really?
I don't. Stress can bring it out, and I don't stress. It's hard to stress. The one time stress was always death related. Somebody really
Sure.
close passed, but I try to be as even keel as possible, and just kind of relax.
Well, so between down homes and all the restaurants, do you honestly have one day off that you just chill and
So
like?
yes, like for
do.
example, this week, Thursday I will do nothing.
Oh, good.
The good thing is because the real estate is something I schedule,
Sure.
so I'm not scheduling anything.
It's an elective.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I know it's time for me to rest.
Yeah, that's
Because
good.
I have been running, and I fortunately, wrote 3 contracts last week. So if you need anything,
For you,
people,
man.
I sell in the villages.
Absolutely.
Outside. I'm doing
What
a
do you-
contract in Fort Lauderdale.
How
Orlando.
do they get a hold of you? How do they get in touch with you?
So, of course, you can find me on Facebook, Damon Morton. See Damon Cricket Morton, or Damon at Down Home RE. My number 260-431-6133. Any of the restaurants have my information.
And just go to Brownwood and ask
go to
see the
Brownwood.
mayor.
Go to
Say where's the
Brownwood.
mayor?
That's it.
I mean, every.
Yeah.
Okay, so Morgan at Harvest, Mike at Bluefin, Savannah at City Park. Everybody's got my Larkin at Gators.
yeah.
Everybody's
I
got
love
my
Larkin.
number.
Yep.
So you can find me.
Yeah.
It's not hard to find me.
No.
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, this is another sad thing about the podcast. We could go on. We could talk all night.
Dude,
about
I
this
could
shit.
talk there for 9 hours.
We might continue. We might be an after hour.
Yeah, who
but,
gives a shit?
Oh my God.
All right, hey.
The stories I could tell.
Is it?
Oh.
You got to come back. Yeah,
I want to do this again.
Absolutely got to come back.
We got to
And,
have him back and Toya back.
Yeah.
Toya's the girl we brought to the restaurant.
for the restaurant today,
She's
yeah.
the singer. She's phenomenal.
So-
we could have you. We could have a.
When we do this again, so we didn't talk about Amber. That's my wife.
Wait.
We got so much to talk about.
She's coming on next Tuesday.
Oh,
Don't worry,
God.
I got
Yeah,
this
you
shit
know
covered,
nothing
yeah.
about
Wait,
it. Yeah.
Oh boy! I should have known she was being nice for
You
a reason.
homeschool the kids?
Yeah, no, just our 11 year. She's 11
okay,
now.
I haven't met her. She's
Yeah.
adorable.
I tell you what, thank you.
She's gorgeous.
She is
What a
like
cutie.
She's different, and I say different because she's got so much of her mom, and she's got so much of me. That sassy, smart,
Yep.
is a very respectful, sassy, smart. You know, she loves her youth group. She loves helping with the little kids. Only thing with homeschool so far, which we'll talk about in the next one, that I remember about 6 months or so ago, I was off work the day they work on science. And I was at the dining room table. Amber's in the kitchen to my right. And Amelia, I call her Munch. Munch comes out and she says, I'm having trouble with my science. I'm like, really? She said, I don't understand. But I said, get the book and bring it here. Let's see what I can do. You know, I'm a math guy, but hey, it's 4th grade science. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And so her mom's standing over here to the right. So she comes in with the book. I said, read me the question. And she said, well, it says some orgasms you can't see. Of course, Amber screams, and you can't feel them. I said, you shut up. It's organisms. I said, and this is what homeschool does? This is what homeschool does. You are going to public school, lady. We'll talk more about that the next time.
That sounds good. All right, guys, here it is. The mayor of Brownwood. You seen him here tonight. Damon Morton.
He's the best.
Stop in and see him at Prima.
Or Arnold Palmer.
Or Arnold Palmer.
Palmer.
And look, he's a great guy. It's a great place
He's
to
the
be.
best.
Come
no
see
one
us.
better. No one better.
Thank
All
you,
right.
fellas.
Love you, brother.
All right.
Thank you. Love you guys.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
All right, man.
All
Take
right,
care.
see ya.